For the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And this is For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation Podcast for 40 years of playing PlayStation and 10 plus years in that games media combined. I want to thank you for joining us in this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us, come and check out our socials, Facebook, Discord, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those links can be found in the description below.
I did remake the Facebook page this week. But if you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/PopCulturists, where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation pod. If you are listening on podcast services, you give us a 5-star rating and a written review. Please excuse me while my camera freezes. I thought my... what was the last thing I said, Max?
Give us your money.
Yeah, where's your money? No, if you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/popculturists, where you can buy merchandise and all our shorted shit with our logos on it. But that is true, Max. I did make the Facebook page again this week. Downside, still can't use facebook.com/thepopculturists. Don't know why. Or PopCulturists or PopC, which is making me think, do I just make For the Players and then just go with that instead? Because maybe we can get that. Yeah. Yeah. But I did it. The Facebook page is back. And I'll use it probably as frequently as the Instagram. Which is never. How you been, man?
Oh, not too bad. How you been?
I'm alright.
Oh.
Yeah, no. You and I went.
I feel like we've had this conversation already.
We
today.
did. You and I went on like a double dad date this afternoon. Like you and your daughter and me and my son. We all went up to Narana here in Geelong, which is a local indigenous national park, sort of historical place, where we got to go feed some like kangaroos and wallabies and fuck off emus. Fucking emus are huge and scary. I don't like them. But they had a good time. Then we went to a play area, and then it fucking rained so hard.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, and then we went to McDonald's, and the kids had a blast in the playground. It was good. Having an end in McDonald's is the most fucking single dad thing I could have done. I was pretty impressed by that, actually.
No, the whole time because obviously I went to your house first and you followed us out.
Yeah.
Hazzy's like, all right, Dad, we having a race? I'm like, it's not a race. And she's like, it is. You need to go faster.
Well, I pulled up so you could go past me because James goes, you said we're following Max, Dad. I'm like, okay. Even though I knew exactly where we were going, I had to pull back and let you overtake me so that we were chasing you. But I have also had a very adult level achievement, Max. I now own a clothes dryer. Just saying. Look, as MGB states, in Victoria, where rain happens more often than most, I have had the difficulty of trying to dry my clothes in a shitty house that doesn't have like good heating or circulation of air, or outside hangy area. So it's been rough. It's been very, very tough for the last year and a half. But no, this weekend I made the call and now I have a clothes dryer. I'm living that sweet middle class life.
Get ready for that surge in the electricity bill.
Oh yeah, I've hidden it in a cupboard. So like in my laundry, there's a cupboard that has like a vent in it and like a tube and shit. I'm like, so I put it in there. I'm not telling Ange, my mate that lives with me, because he will use it because he's lazy. So I'm hiding in a cupboard. He never goes in that cupboard because that's all where the tools and shit are. Why would he need to go in there? He won't notice.
It's the man cupboard.
Yeah, he's the man cupboard. Neither he nor I really ever need to access that cupboard. So I'm going to close it and he'll never know. But I did dry my Audi in it earlier today and holy shit, it's a very warm and fluffy. And I would be wearing it right now if I didn't do an episode like 2 weeks ago in my hoodie. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was good. I was quite proud in my purchase. So shout out to good friend of the show, McLovin, who helped me out of the Good Guys once again. I know he listens to the show, so shout out to him. Now I'm just trying to think about all the things that I could wash so I could use my dryer, which is a weird thing to do.
When it's cold in the morning, just throw your underwear in the dryer. Just put them on. It's like fucking toasty fresh.
Oh, that's true. I would like a good warm undercarriage.
Any things that is slightly wrinkly, you throw it in the dryer, tumble it for a couple of minutes, comes out. Not fucking
as
wrinkly
bad.
no
Yeah,
more.
not as bad. Well, I have an iron now as well. I got that a couple weeks ago. I never iron shit, but I have one because I had to iron a shirt once, and I was like, oh fuck, probably should buy an iron, eh? That's what I'm saying. Anything else to report?
Yeah, not really. It's I may be moving soon, so
yeah.
I might be having a week off the show.
Yeah, it might be towards the end of the month.
Hopefully,
it might be a solo show.
If they get their shit together, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure I'm confidently coming down with a cold. Says the man who hung out with you all afternoon and made out with you and spat in your face and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I get.
Or it's the end of the day and my bullshit nose meds are wearing off, which is likely that too. Good combo of the both. Do I have anything else to report this week? I don't think I do. So let's get into what this show is actually about. We've known it's about us talking bollocks games. Been playing.
So the patch for The Last of Us Part 1 for PC came out this week.
Oh man, I have been absolutely we haven't touched. I don't think we touched upon it too much last week, but I have been utterly enjoying all the memeage that comes with The Last of Us Part 1 on PC. I know we had our own little meme of you had it, you installed it, you booted it up, and it went, it's using 137% of your GPU. I was like, that ain't good.
So, again,
the whole alley spinning in the background, low poly Joel with his John Howard eyebrows and a little bit of blackface. Them just dripping wet for no reason. Oh, what a game. What a fucking game.
Yeah. So once again, a huge shout out to the team at
thanks.
It's working better. I can
That's
boot
good.
it up. I've played the opening scene for what feels like the upteenth time.
Still cry?
No, it still sucks. I still don't like that experience.
It hurts.
But it looks so good. It really does. So obviously I'm not too far in the game. I am playing mouse and keyboard. I've chosen not to plug my controller.
Well, you've already played on the controller before.
Just to have the full. And it's good now that I can actually boot it up. So again, I've only played prologue. Haven't really gotten into anything much yet. There is another patch expected to drop later this week. I think it's another hotfix patch.
Nice.
But it is much better than what it was because I couldn't even boot the game to begin with.
So MGB in the chat on twitch.tv/thepopculturist says, Sony breaking their PC version, is this a marketing ploy to get people to bust out their old PS4s again? No, it's they put trust in Iron Galaxy, which is the same studio that fucked up the Arkham Knight port. So that's the bad choice when you could have had Nixus or any other of the random studios that they now own. Firespite probably could have done it, but I think they're working on something else. But you know what I mean? They had in-house shit they could have done it. And that's the other thing that I find interesting about all this is Naughty Dog are taking the brunt. They're the ones that are standing up and going, yeah, man, we'll get it fixed. We'll do what, we're really sorry we fucked you up. You didn't do dick, bro. Yeah, you supported Iron Galaxy and giving it to them, presumably. But other than that, why are you the one sharing hotfix news? Because their name's plastered across it, I suppose. But
it's that thing where you kind of got to take responsibility for your...
Someone has to take responsibility. And it certainly can't be people that fucked it up. But that's cool.
Yeah. Other than that, I have been playing more DMZ, surprise, surprise, and more Destiny 2, surprise, surprise.
Yeah. So you were discussing this today. Now it doesn't help because we were recording the show earlier today. But you were mentioning the DMZ's got its new season, season 3.
Season 3's up and running, and they've changed it up a fair bit. So it's still the same map. They've added a new mission type. So like the in-game contracts, there's a new contract type, which is just like go and collect 3 green boxes of loot.
Ooh.
So they're good to do when you're fresh and you've got no gear. It's like, here's 3 pieces of gear. You'll normally get like a self-res kit, a 2-plater vest, and a halfway decent gun.
Cool.
So it kind of sets you up pretty nicely. The big new changes are you now have 3 operators to infill with. So similar to Tarkov, where you have your main character and your scavenger player. You now have 3 here in DMZ. So I'm currently using 1 for when I play with my friends, 1 for when I'm playing solo, and then I've just got a spare 1 for whatever if I don't feel like losing my streak.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. They all share the backpack, but they share your stash. But they have each of their individual gear. So if you've exfilled with a 3-plate vest and a large backpack, only that character will have it. The other 2 will be naked, so to speak.
Naked.
They've changed the way armor plates work. So they've added 4 new, essentially tiered vests. So they're all the highest tier. They're all 3-platers. They're all worth 150 bonus HP. One is the comms vest, which is it enhances all UAVs and extends their duration, which is cool. One's the stealth vest, which just blocks you from being seen on UAVs or infrared scopes, all that fun stuff. And the last one is my favorite. It's the medical vest. It essentially halves the time of your self revive or reviving other players.
Sorry, I just got distracted by a thing in the chat. Buddy Watson, who we know works at a gaming retail store or electronics retail store, mentioned that I had a customer buy a PS4 this weekend. Why?
Because they can't afford a PS5?
But PS5s are readily available now, but they're substantially more expensive.
My brother-in-law wants to buy a new PS4 because his son put 5 discs into it at once. I tried to manually eject them using the screwdriver and undoing the screw, but I actually think they got them all out. But now the disc drive's fucked. It won't take any disc anymore.
Well, a drive is easily replaceable. Like, really.
I mean, to be fair, do you know how much a drive is for a PS4? No. They're currently $90. They're almost as expensive as a second-hand PlayStation.
Wait, a second-hand PS4 is like $100?
150.
That's not bad.
Like, you may as well just get a new console. It'll come with controllers and stuff.
True.
Yeah, so it happens.
Buddy clarifies in the chat. Kids first console. Explain the price differences. House support will stop soon, but they went with the PS4. Bunch of clearance games. Actually, that's a very good point. Especially with PS Plus, like the back catalog as the games catalog as it is right now. Like, you're in heaven. If you've never played a PS4 before, like, I remember we were discussing my partner Phoebe and how like she bought your old PS4 and if she wanted to, she has access to a massive stack of games. Like PS Plus, we will talk about it because the first news article this week is what's coming to the service. But really, if you've been playing PlayStation in general for the last 5 years, it's kind of useless. But for newcomers, but yeah,
other than that,
TMC,
other than TMC, not much.
Yeah.
Cool. Season 3 is good. Yeah. It's good. DMC's gone pay to win though.
Ooh, how
so? To a degree. So there's new operator bundles that you can purchase that will give. So one of them is you get a 4th operator for DMZ. I'm not sure how that's useful, to be honest. But an upcoming one is you will permanently have a medium-sized backpack if you don't have a backpack. One is you'll spawn with
that's a purchasable micro.
$15. Yeah,
that is pay to win. up.
There's one that just permanently reduces your insured weapons by 15%.
Yep.
So you just get them back. You just get them back faster.
Yep.
One is you start with armored vests. You just get it.
That is most definitely.
One is you start with a UAV, like a usable.
And how many
UAV.
of these are you planning on purchasing?
None of them.
Earn that shit, don't you, Max? Earn.
I don't need them.
No, you don't need them. I most certainly need them because I am the poo.
And then my Destiny life is good. All three characters are now fully geared up.
Maxed out the Lightfall?
Pretty much. They're all fully geared up. I just got the new raid exotic last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to do the raid anymore. I got my stupid shotgun that freezes and burns people.
Alright.
It's a double barrel shotgun. The first shot freezes and then the second one sets them on fire. I got it on my fourth run. So yeah, that's about it. And then just dabbled here and there with some Rocket League,
Just those usual jumpy games.
Yeah, that's it. And a shitload of Marvel Snap. Like a shitload of Marvel Snap.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been playing?
I'm just playing on my phone because I've been playing lots of things this week. Thursday, I did my usual GM night for WWE 2K23 with my mate Craig and Phoebe. I'm winning. I'm now number one in our GM. Just putting it out there. Never want to play again because then I can't lose my lead.
Can't be defeated if you don't play.
Can't be defeated if we never do it again. Right, Show. Speaking of, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 61st month. But mind you, we're playing on easy. We had the maximum dollar dues. We are very bad. We've all watched a series of videos on how to play the game properly. Nah, we in the moment. We don't remember. But that's always fun. I know I shouldn't, but my son's he had a go of PSVR 2 last time he was here. And this time he was like, hey, can we play more PSVR 2? I'm like, dude, the starting age is like fucking 13. How old are you?
Do I need to start coming and taking custody of the PSVR 2 every time he's over?
You might have to because he just wants to play it. So he played more Tentacular, which is always funny. He wanted to play Across the Valley, which is the farming game I talked about last week, but it's a little too complicated for him. So he's like, well, what if you play it and I watch? I'm like, I fucking like this deal. So here I am, like, patting chickens and digging holes and spraying seeds.
Meanwhile, he's just doing stuff.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants. I don't give a shit.
Ordering shit online.
Yeah. Well, I can hear him, though, because I don't play with headphones on, so I know where he is by, like, my dad. Like, as a dad, you know this. You have your your sonar system. Like, you know where your kid is. Or you try to. If you don't hear them, you go, hang on. Yeah. And so with that, we also play a little bit of Drums Rock, which is the game that you recommended. So it's essentially Guitar Hero, but drums in VR. The concept is really cool, but if you have actually played drums ever in your life, you will fucking hate it. Because unlike Rock Band, which replicates a real drum set near on as close as you can in a much smaller set, as there is no way to track your foot in VR, you end up using a tom as a kick, and it instantly throws you out because that's not like I'm hearing the song as I'm playing it, and my foot does the kick, but then I miss the pad because I didn't hit it, because that's not how fucking drums work. Cool concept otherwise though. I've been spending a lot more time with Dredge. I've done one of the big things you have to do is collect these relics throughout the different islands, and then return them to this location. I've done most of them. So there's the middle area. It's a top left, which is like a mangrove sort of area. I did that one. Down the bottom is like a series of small islands with a big honking monster in the middle. Did that one. Then there's one where you get explosives. That was cool. And the one in the top right-hand corner where I'm at now. This doesn't help for anyone that's never played the game. But this one is there's this old civilization, and you've got to find these everlasting flames or whatever, and put them in these statues. Game's fucking tits. It's so good. mostly because it's very easy. I say easy in terms of it's not Twitch based. You can just go fucking fishing if you want to, just build up your money. You can go adventuring. You can focus on dredging, so getting all the things to upgrade your boat. You can just do whatever you want, and it's fun. And then when you just happen to find some big piss off monster, you're like, this is cool. It's good, and it's fun, like catching weird versions of fishes, etc. I don't know how much I have left in the game. I believe it's not super long. But I am enjoying my time with it. But speaking of games that like are twitchy, I randomly hit up Ubisoft through their website because XDefiant had their closed beta this weekend. So XDefiant was the Tom Clancy free-to-play shooter that they announced a while ago that looked really like a gross, vibrant, vomit, Rage 2-esque bullshit shooter. It's not quite that anymore, which is good, because I remember...
Before you dive too deep, I saw a comparison online that XDefiant is to Call of Duty what Splitgate is to Halo. Have you played Splitgate?
No, but that makes sense. It actually does make sense, because like it does feel like COD Light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it does feel very COD, but it's fast. It's the time to kill is fucked, at least for me anyway, because I turn around, I'm just dead. Like I'm finding that I'm dead before I even see the person that shot me. Yet I find, very similar to me just being bad at games, is the amount of bullets that I put into someone doesn't equate the length of time that I tend to die, which is stupid. But the way it's sort of working, it is a hero shooter in that it has, different classes, and each classes have representatives from various Tom Clancy and Ubisoft games, whether it be The Division or Far Cry 6 was another one, and there's another Tom Clancy game in there that I can't remember. But yeah, it's a cool concept, and each of these different classes have varying specials or gear that is helpful in that. So because I'm a fan of The Division, I chose The Division classes, and the two class that you have is no, it was neither Ghost Recon or Splinter Cell. It was something else. Sorry, the chat's jumping in. And in the Division class,
is it just like Siege characters?
Might have been Siege, but it was something that I didn't know the name of. I don't remember that.
Assassin's Creed.
Prince
of Persia in there.
No, Rabbids. Beyond Good and Evil. 2's never coming out, but it's in XDefiant. Yeah, so in the Division class, you have like a firebomb Molotov, which is very common in the Division game, and a drone that can go and just fucking napalm people. So that was pretty handy. But look, the game is fine. Once again, its speed, its twitchness is not catered to me. Mostly because I have
got them boomer reactions.
I do. I've always had boomer reactions. I've always been shit at first-person shooters. Even back in the day when you and I would play on PS3 in 2009, 10. I was shitty then. Add 12 years to that fucker, and I'm still shit house. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's cool. It's cool in concept. It's fine. What else have I been jamming to? Let me have a quick squiz at my recently opened Thumper. Played Thumper again in PSVR 2. That thing is fucking beautiful and a little vomit-inducing. But the one that I've jumped back into as of today is Horizon Forbidden West. So with the Burning Shores DLC coming out this week, I was like, I should probably remember how to play this fucking game. So I re-downloaded it, jumped in, and I went, I have no idea what I'm doing because I've completely forgotten. So first thing I did was try to just dive into a cauldron. I was like, hey, this is nearby. I survived, but it was like it's one of those weird things where you really had to like reprocess it all and be like, well, how do I this, that, the other, and how do I have it come together? Even as simple as like, when you randomly get the grapple hook early in the game, I'm like, I forgot all about how I for the life of me couldn't remember all the buttons to make that happen. And then like, I'm trying to remember even like how to climb shit, because you climb and then if you press circle, you jump off it backwards. But I'm pressing I'm trying to jump off things onto other things, and I'm pressing X, being like, why the fuck aren't you jumping? X is the jump button, you piece of shit. Game's good though. And now that I'm at the end, spoilers, you do get a mount that allows you to traverse easier. So I'm kind of just looking at my map, like, hey, what shit that I haven't done? I'm like, hey, there's a side quest over here, there's a cauldron over there, there's a rebel camp over there. That should be enough to get it back in the roll of things. So I'm quite excited for Burning Shores. Now, as I have finished the game, I think I'm level 36, 7 to 8, somewhere around there. So I think I know there's a trophy for hitting level 50. So I haven't platinumed the game, obviously. So I think I should have enough to be able to kick the DLC in. It does look cool. They dropped a launch trailer over the weekend, and that Horus looking boss thing. Yeah. Now, as you have not played, you haven't finished the game, so you don't give.
I'm not even close. I think I've done the first. What's the big thing that you're supposed to collect? The what protocols?
The subordinate functions. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done one.
Wow, there's 9.
Yeah, I've done one.
Well, you only click 4, but yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to go back. I forgot how beautiful the game is,
which is crazy because I loved the first game.
Yeah,
and this one's not rubbing me the good way.
The only thing that I'm it's jarring me, and it jarred me when I first started playing this one too, is that it is very visually pretty, but it's dense. There's a lot. Foliage number's really high, so it's kind of a lot for your eyesight to take in, because it is it's a lot of high detail, which is lovely, but there's a lot of stimulants. To make sense. Make sense? And then shit's going on, and you're ducking and weaving and all that the other. Still a great game. Very keen for the DLC. But before we jump into the news, Max, we got hit up from a very lovely comment on our YouTubes this week by an individual by the name... where'd it go? Come back. Rocky and Roland, they've jumped in the show before to chat and let us know that as they are a long haul truck driver, that they do enjoy listening to our bullshit on their treks, and they were discussing about a recent trip, specifically how we sort of helped them get over their last leg of it, which was really handy. In the comment that I left them, I asked, hey, if you have any questions or anything, let us know, and we'll throw them in the show. Because, if anyone listens to this show, if you do have any questions that you would like us to answer, or, if we have any insight, or you want to hear our thoughts on something, or you want to recommend a topic or anything like that, feel free, jump in, go ahead. We always want to hear from you guys. The same reason we do it with Twitch is because it's a great way to get that interaction. The question that they have is, how did you platinum God of War Ragnarok? The Berserkers are crazy, even at Give Me Story. And then the flying bird chick, can't remember her name, that's the Queen of the Valkyries. God damn it, I want to stab her in real life. Now, Max, you didn't platinum Ragnarok, did you?
Correct. I did not platinum Ragnarok because I don't do collectibles.
Really?
It's mainly the Ravens that I just didn't get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I did, because God of War's greatest game that ever happened. Now, here's the answer, all right? Yeah, you cheese it. If you go into the accessibility settings, there is a toggle for mini bosses, and if you toggle that on, if you get any mini boss past half health, when you die, you respawn. They respawn at half health. Now, it's really great in concept, but there are some fucking bosses that are just bullshit. Utterly bullshit. So the Queen of the Valkyries is another one. She kicks your shit in. On the easiest, I wanted to strangle anyone that was near me at the time. But I did use that accessibility trick to get through pretty much all the back end of the Berserkers. Because once I finished the campaign, I was like, whatever, just threw it on story mode, went and collected everything, and then took out all the last Berserkers and sort of stuff. But that is your trick. I'm not like a trophy hunter by any stretch of the imagination, but God of War Ragnarok is a game that obviously I love, and I wanted to get that platinum trophy for, and that's the trick.
I love the accidental trophies. I think I accidentally platinumed Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you can get that just by playing the game. Pretty much, it's great.
I think I finished the game and it's like, you have one trophy left. I'm like, I may as well just go get it, shouldn't I? Like, I should probably just go get that one.
Like, one of the trophies that shits me on, because it was on PS3. It was the God of War HD Remaster Collection. There's a trophy for finishing the whole game in under 5 hours. I finished it in 5 hours and 3 minutes, so I didn't get the trophy. I was like, fuck this game. And I never went back.
I think one
There's
of my
2
friends,
trophies
Zach,
left for me to get, and they're it.
My friend Zach, he's almost platinumed Resident Evil 4
Dude, you gotta finish that game like 6 times?
Yeah, dude, every time I get on and he's playing it, he's got like the infinite ammo Tommy gun, and all I just hear is in the background. And I'm like, okay,
dude,
cool.
the noise gate kicked that in like.
That's what I hear through his headset when I'm in chat with him. It's nuts.
But there you go.
But yeah.
But yeah, look, if you guys, any at home, want to pitch us a topic, if you're like, hey, can you guys have a discussion around this? Or, hey, what's your thoughts on this? Like, I have a question about this. Drop them in the comments of the YouTube video. Hit us up on social media, whether it be on Discord, Twitter. Just hit us up, and we're more than happy. Because as we rapidly approach episode 300, it might be. I think we for episode 200, maybe we did do a full Q&A question, which would have been awesome. You know. We wouldn't mind doing something like that again. Man.
Try and get Josh back again.
Yeah, we might pull Josh out of the ether again. Do a 3-way show.
I think having come out of retirement.
Oh, Josh is, for those that remember, like Josh, one of the co-founders of the PopCulturists, next to myself and my mate Dylan. Josh has been a notorious hermit. He always has been. And the reason we did the show was because we wanted to talk about PlayStation, and it was our excuse to catch up because he's so shit at getting out of the house. I hadn't heard from him in like months, and then I hit him up like earlier, like a couple months before WrestleMania, because he was an old wrestling fan. I'm like, hey, Mania's a couple weeks. Do you want to do something? Yeah, and then nothing. And then out of nowhere, he comes back to me. He's like, yeah, man, WrestleMania, let's fucking go. And like he came out of his house, hung out here for a while, which is great. And then every couple of days, I get new messages about wrestling because he's just, something's triggered back into him, and it's brought up that, and he's like, and he's all happy to chat again. Hey, he's out of his shell again, man. That in itself is an absolute win. But yeah, shout out to Joe, man. He jumped in the chat. He's back working on Sundays after his long service leave went out, and he's currently watching some PopC while working the tills in a bar, which is pretty handy. What else? Oh, the Mullet Show has responded with, what the hell? Why was I not told about this? I presume this is the Mini Boss accessibility dongle. Yeah, go check it out. It really helps you get the last run, which is great. What else? Yeah, it's yes, yeah. Oh, and he responded, and they updated with, yes, it is. So mad. It's a cool little feature. But anyway, let's get in the section we call it the Form of the Players. We tell you about what happened this week in PlayStation.
So let's kick things off with the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium titles coming next week. Either this Tuesday or next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So PlayStation Plus Extra, we're getting Kena Bridge of Spirits PS5, PS4, Doom Eternal PS5, PS4, Riders Republic PS5, PS4, Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus PS4, Slay the Spire
Wolfenstein
2, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom PS5, PS4, The Evil Within PS4, Wolfenstein The Old Blood PS4, Bassmaster Fishing PS5, PS4, Paradise Killer PS5, PS4, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure, the PlayStation Plus standard game that we got, I think, last month.
Yeah.
Coming to PlayStation Plus Extra. For premium, for those of us who pay the ridiculous amount, Yeah, I forgot to cancel mine, so they got me for another year. Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64, and Doom 3, all on PlayStation 4, and the Dishonored Definitive Edition on PS4.
A lot of Bethesda titles. Do you think it's on the back of the whole acquisition shit? They're like, oh well, it's exactly like what Max did with Bethesda, and then suddenly they're like, nah, man, all the Bethesda fucking games are on PS Plus, on PS Plus right now. We ain't the assholes. And probably PlayStation were like, yeah, we'll take your money, I don't care. Keena's dope. Doom Eternal's dope. Never checked out Riders Republic. It looked cool, but it was just like essentially the sequel to Steep, which was poo.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Slay the Spire is cool if you're into deck building roguelike games.
I've heard a lot of great things about Slay the
Spire.
Spire. Yeah. Good. Wolfenstein 2 was my game of the year, whatever year it came out. I think it hit me because, obviously being a new dad, there's a very dad throughput in that story. So it resonated with me pretty hard. Evil Within was Tango Games Works, so another ZeniMax Bethesda Studios title made by one of the original creators of Resident Evil. It's very cool. Bassmaster Fishing, there is a PlayStation Stars thingy for it if you play it, so that's cool to know. Speaking of, Shuhei Yoshida is a collectible in PS Stars as of right now. He's got to play a bunch of games that he would enjoy, and it's great.
You just got to play Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, just play Cult of the Lamb, yeah. And the Sifu's on there as well. Yeah. In the chat, MGB says, if anyone sleeps on Sackboy, I'll be sad. Sackboy's Big Adventure is pretty cool. But yeah, it was free on PS Plus this month. It's a great game to play with if you have a young kid like myself. He and I played multiplayer when the PS5 came out. Doom 3 VR Edition. Doom VR Edition was not very good, I personally think. Because you could use the aim control, which Max still has of mine. But the game makes you work in two hands. But it's real weird. I didn't like it. And I also may have hit my ex-wife in the face with the aim controller while playing it in VR on a live stream once.
I also was not a fan of it.
No. Jerdman jumps in and goes, Riders is awesome, Steep sucked. So Riders, I think, adds like a bunch of different variances, like whether
it's not snow-based sports.
Yeah, it's not snow. So I know there's like BMX and mountain bikes and paragliding and bull riding. I don't fucking know anymore.
Bull riding?
Yeah, just add some...
that's a weird...
That's a running of the bulls. Yeah. All right. No, we talked about this last week, Max.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly sum this up.
You want to run this? Oh, actually, I'll run this one because the next one's the state of play.
I was just going to say, I can quickly sum this up.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Not really a whole bunch of new stuff. So we touched upon the remote play device last week. So all that's now come out is Tom Henderson from, I can't think of the publication, Insider. Thank you. Has mentioned that the handheld could arrive in November of this year, and it will allegedly include an 8-inch screen with full DualSense functionality. So it may be pricey for what it is.
Well, this is the thing. So
it's going to be a niche piece of hardware.
So we talked about this last week about who needs this, right? And the answer is not many people here in Australia, with the internet's a bit poo and whatever. But there was a patent that came out a number of years ago, which was literally just a fucking phone with PS4 controls crammed on the side of it. It sounds like they've just done that, but crossed out the PS4 part and put the PS5 DualSense on there. So it's apparently a 1080p screen that runs at like 60 frames per second. It's a cool concept. It will probably be pricey. And I think I still don't know why. Especially because, as you mentioned, it's an LED, so it's not OLED, so that's going to save some money.
But it's got the full DualSense functionality.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the backbone is $180.
So you look at the DualSense controller is like what, $100 and something.
$100 on the nose, yeah. Oh, yeah, wait.
And then you're paying for the 8-inch screen as well. So you're probably looking at like $180-ish bucks.
Well, which once again, like, or I probably about $200. Which also, it's weird because you know, like the backbone has no screen, has no DualSense support, has kind of trash thumbsticks. So if the thumbsticks are any better on this thing, I might consider buying it. And it's got all the rumbaroo and all these things, like haptic triggers and whatnot. But like, if the DualSense battery sucks bumhole because of all the fancy pants gimmicks, what happens when you add a screen to it? Wouldn't that just drain it harder?
Mm-hmm. In theory.
In theory. So, yeah, still don't know. Very interesting. But we'll wait and see. Hey, Max. State of Play happened this week.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Big happened though.
Yeah, look, it came out and it was like, hey, there's a State of Play coming. And I was like,
one game though?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's a State of Play. It's not a showcase. Where's that fucking showcase that, you know, Jason Schreier and everyone's been speculating every month for the last 4.5 years? Nah, just another State of Play. Just one game got covered. Doesn't mean a whole lot. It was the final mystery or something. It was
like a 16th game.
Yeah, like it's like, I don't know why a game that's had so many sequels is of importance, but yeah,
it's crazy how it's still the final one though. Like,
yeah, it's the final. It's you know.
It's like a John Farnham tour.
Good old Johnny Farnham.
Yeah,
either way, Final Fantasy 16, Max. Big State of Play this week. About 20 minutes of new footage. Actually, we didn't talk about it before we jump into this. We didn't talk about, thanks to EA this week. We got to watch a preview.
I totally forgot that we put a video out for it.
Yeah, me too. We put a video up this week for a preview of Immortals of Avium, which is a cool magic first-person shooter game coming out in June. June, July, somewhere around there. Go check out the video. Max is all boning up for it, which is great, which is what made me think of Final. Oh, yeah, because Final Fantasy you got a hard-on for, and then you got a hard-on for this game too. Go check it out. Thank you to EA. What a rad opportunity once again. Mm-hmm. The team over there have been absolutely lovely to us for really no reason, and I can't thank them enough. But Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy 16. Big showcase at 25-ish minutes, I think it went for. I'm in. The game's got gold, right? So like 2%. So the big selling point for this one is, like most of the previous titles, I guess, you don't have to play any of the games previously to know what's going on here. It's a completely new story, new set of characters, new world, new everything. There'll be throwbacks. There'll be callbacks. Obviously, the icons from this game are the summons from the previous titles.
Yeah, I'm sure my boy Ifrit. The only thing I give a fuck about in Final Fantasy, Ifrit.
I'm sure there'll be a guy called Sid in here somewhere because there's a Sid in every game. But it's one of those games that it seems like it's taken such a departure from what we've come to expect a Final Fantasy title to be that it could bring in just role-playing fans to the series, because it's now a full action RPG game. They've for the last few titles of Final Fantasy, they've kind of moved away from turn-based combat systems.
Because it kind of got touched upon in 15, and then 7 Remake was clear as day.
Yeah, so it's very much now... It actually, watching the gameplay, it kind of reminded me of playing like Devil May Cry or something like that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of... I remember in the original trailer they dropped at that showcase, there was almost like aerial DMC sort of level punching on.
It looked really cool. So they covered some of the combat aspects, how it's all fluid, seamless. It goes from, you controlling the main character, Clive. You will get
good
allies.
Name. What a name for a main character.
Fucking
Love
Clive.
It. Good old Clive.
Good old Clive. You will have allies that will, team up with you throughout the game, but you don't control them as such. They kind of just do their own thing in combat, which is cool. So it's very much that the focus is all kind of on you for combat, which is cool. And then it shows off some of the big icon battles where you become, for your benefit, Ifrit.
Yes.
So there's this really cool scene.
I zoned out for a minute, and then you brought me right back. Thank you.
Like Ifrit and Titan, just these big, larger than life entities is going at it, which is awesome.
Like kaiju-esque like battles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of kaiju stuff, did you see that there's a hole in the sea? There's a hole in the bottom of the sea, and there's just shit coming out of it.
No, wait, no?
Yeah, completely unrelated to what we're talking about. You just mentioned kaiju, and I'm like, oh yeah.
That's where Godzilla lives, yeah.
There's a hole in the bottom of the ocean.
Fucking A. That's horrifying.
They showed off some of their accessibility options, so they're like, obviously with it being what appears to be a very fast-paced combat game, and because it's action-based combat, they're like, hey, we know this stuff isn't for everybody, so we've got 2 modes, story mode, and we've got action mode. So they seem to be your difficulty settings.
Okay.
And they go on to list certain accessories that will be automatically equipped in story mode, but you can equip them in action mode if you wish. So there's like the dodge armband, which will allow you to dodge things easier while you're wearing it.
Wasn't there been some controversy around these accessibility things because they take up item sockets?
Probably. They will probably take up item.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, you need this to be able to play the game for accessibility reasons, and you can carry one less item now. Like, it's really counter to accessibility.
Well, not necessarily, because the accessory slots normally are like, you can gain 500 health. You'll have like a 500 extra HP.
That would be helpful.
But in theory, you won't need 500 extra HP if you're automatically dodging all attacks.
That's a good point.
So it's one of those things, because normally, like, one of the best accessories in the game is usually the ribbon, which will give you immunity to all status effects.
That would be
very
helpful.
In almost every Final Fantasy game. So awesome stuff. So yeah, you got story, action-based combat, which is awesome. They've gone back to a world map that's basically filled with teleport points. So similar to that of like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy 12, you can kind of just pick and go where you want to go.
I'll agree with you on that one because I have no idea.
There's what they refer to as the hideout, which seems to be like your hub area. So you can go there. That's where your lore keeper is. That as you progress through the game, lore opens up and you get information on all the characters in the game. There seemed to be, I can't think of the actual term that they used, but I refer to as like the mastermind. Okay. And she knows all of the political connections of all the characters, and how you've interacted with them and how they interact with the world at large, which seems cool. She's like a spy master. Yeah, like I said, the game's gone gold. It looks stunning. Hopefully, being just an action RPG, hopefully it'll bring more people to the title. It's not so niche as what it used to be as just another Final Fantasy game. It does seem like they're kind of branching away from that, opening it up a bit more. I'm really intrigued. I'm really interested to see what the director has done for this, because the director is the same person who came in and saved
14,
Final Fantasy Online, Realm Reborn. Kind of came in. Everyone, that game is fantastic. So I can't wait to see what he's done in a single player situation. They wrap up the showcase with this is just the tip. He's like, we've got so much more to show you. We've got end game content. We've got side content. We've got heaps more to show you. The game's due out in mid-July, I think. The game's already gone gold.
Oh, Jerdman brings up a very good point. Needs to add farming like Harvestella, then I may be interested.
I want to point out that all RPGs have farming. It's just not vegetable farming.
Not farming. Also, by the way, Jerd, if you have PSVR 2, please go get Across the Valley. VR farming. Great game too. But yeah, so this is the thing. So I always I shit on Final Fantasy mostly because it's funny. But I've always wanted to give it a go. I really enjoyed 7, the remake, from what I played. Yeah. I smashed living shit out of the demo for 8 on PS1 back in the day. So
it's funny.
And looking at 16, it's got that fantasy, legitimately castles and shit. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But every time I go in, I'm like, oh, and then I go and I go, ah.
Well, see, Final Fantasy's always had a special place for me because
It's tattooed on your arm. I assume you like it.
So like it's sure, it's tattooed on my arm. But like when I used to stay at my grandparents, I used to play Final Fantasy with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And like the first ever PlayStation title I played was Final Fantasy VII. It was the first game I ever played on a PlayStation.
Mine was Reboot, so...
The first game I ever bought for myself on PlayStation 1 was Final Fantasy VIII. Like, Final Fantasy has always been my favorite series, and I like where this is going.
Yeah. And, like, I would be tempted to give it a burl when it does become available to us, whether by purchase or whatever. But I'm aware I'll probably poop on it. But
I was a little bit bummed. I was hoping there was going to be some form of like short demo that I could play after the show.
Well, Padge. So for those who don't know, we talk about here. So we have a group chat with myself, Max, Paul from Player 2, and Joel from Anagame. It's just mostly us just shitting on the industry and bullshitting together. Padge comes in, like the straight up claim. He's like, there will be a demo after this state of play. No demo.
He got me all hyped.
You know, like still nothing. And he's like, hey, if it comes out before the game releases, technically I'm not wrong. Like, fuck you.
The old gotcha on the technicality.
Yeah. But yeah, look, this does look interesting, and I will probably be open to giving it a burl.
But I will have the pixel remasters to keep me busy until July.
But like I said, like for me, it's not about, like, this one isn't about me. Contrary to this show, it's not about me always. Max, but as you said, like, is this what you wanted? Are you excited for the next number?
Yeah, I know, very much so. And like I said, because of the team that's working on it and who's directing it, it's got me even more excited than usual.
That's good.
There's been a few hit and misses throughout the series. Mainly 13. All of the 13s kind of just...
I enjoyed 10. I enjoyed 10 a lot in PS2.
10
I played more Blitzball than anything, but...
I've played 10 so many times, I could probably beat that game with my eyes closed at this point. But, yeah, it's just... so good.
So, in the chat, the Mullet goes, can we talk about the fact that a game called Final Fantasy is up to 16? There's a reason for that. I'm pretty sure Square Enix were like, we're going to make this will be our last thing. And then it turns out it was actually really successful.
They were like going under.
Yeah, it's like, this will be our final game. This is the last thing we'll ever do. And X amount of years later, they're still kicking.
And it sold like gangbusters and saved them. Yep.
So MGB is mentioning there's a lot of similarities between what we're discussing here, Final Fantasy 16 and Kingdom Hearts. Would you agree to that?
Very much so.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. Well,
not in the obscure bullshit story side of things.
Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Hearts needs to do what Resident Evil has done and just remaster it and realign their fucking story and get their shit together.
It's like soft reboot it.
I don't want to have to play the PS2 game, then the 3DS game, then the DS game, then the mobile game, then back over to the PlayStation 3, then back over here.
Yeah, and there's like 2 over 365 Sons of Final Chapter Butthole Prologue, whatever. I don't know. The naming convention of these.
It's got worse naming conventions than bloody Nier Automata.
Yeah, at least there's no like Redux and real that sort of bullshit in it. But there you go. Yeah, Final Fantasy comes out what, middle of the year? July.
End of July. Back end of July.
Actually, I'll ask you this question right now, Max. Seems this Final Fantasy related. Christmas
and July present? Yes, please. That's not where you were going?
No, but now I'm open to it. So one of the games I've played this before, Mystic Quest Legend.
Yep.
It's a Super Nintendo game. Technically, it's a spin-off of Final Fantasy. In the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, what is the one that is closest to that? Because I would fucking love to play that game again, but it's forever lost and stuck on the Super Nintendo.
What was it again? Mystic
Quest Legend.
Yeah.
Also a very Japanese bullshit name.
I think it's just like the early ones, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is just it'd be similar to like 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure.
All right, cool. Because I spent so much unnecessary time playing that on Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Just all the early ones.
Alright,
They're all pretty much.
So there might be one that jumps out to me from these Pixel remasters. Then you're saying?
I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
3's going to be chef's kiss.
Look, if is 3 commonly the most appreciated of the original 6?
Yeah. Well, I think 3 got released as 6 over here.
Oh yeah, because the numbering's all bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, because when it got translated across to Western, I think their 3 is our 6.
It's confusing. Anyways, Final Fantasy coming out real soon. Pixel remasters are coming out this week. Last we spoke to Square Enix here at the Australian team. Coming our way, or at least Max's way. So we'll have more to say about the Pixel remasters hopefully next week.
Get ready for like 3 months of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, every week we'll have a new one because you can finish each one in a week, right? The next 6 weeks?
Sure.
Not happening.
Speedrun strats, let's go.
All right, let's get into the quick bits.
Another game Max is keen for.
Armored Core 6 is being rated for a PS5 release in Korea. Good old Armored Core. I was thinking about Armored... Oh, that was Zone of the Enders. That was different. I was thinking about Armored Core, but yeah.
Need to talk about... I think Bandai doing it.
Ooh,
polishing it here.
I'll have to check it out.
It's a FromSoft game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I was getting confused between Zone of the Enders, which is the Kojima game.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Great book.
What Zone of the Enders?
Yeah.
Nerd.
Oh, fuck off.
Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC, as you mentioned, is coming out this week, and that new trailer has dropped. It looks fantastic. It's clearly a cinematic trailer and a gameplay trailer, but it looks great. Alan Wake 2 is still on track for a 2023 release, apparently, according to Remedy, which also Remedy updated their logo this week. Even though in my head they did it semi-recently. Because I saw the news articles were like, Remedy for the first time in X amount has changed the logo. I'm like, really? I swear they've already changed it. Turns out I had a stroke, or I had a Mandela effect moment. The Last of Us Part 1 has received an update on the PS5 that adds HBO items. So you don't get like, fucking Stormbringer or whatever the sword from Game of Thrones is or anything. It's from the series itself. You do get the strawberries that Frank nicely grows for Bill. No, it's all cosmetic. You get the shirts that Allie wears. And Allie's joke book.
Book of puns.
And you also get a really inappropriately sexualized kiss between Tess and an infected. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, it's just get like Allie's shirts and stuff. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League has officially been delayed until February 2024 after polish. Because you need 9 months to polish a game. And we'll touch on this. There's one more news bit after this. We'll touch on this. One, this game's fucked. I guarantee you that this whole delay is based around no one really liked what they saw. We need to adjust the entire game. So either they have to remove the entire online-only portion of it, they have to completely remove all the gear shit, but also, by doing so, not leaving it as hollow and empty as Gotham Knights, because ideally they learned something from Gotham Knights. I certainly hope they did. They totally didn't. There's a lot. I read this as a lot of panic from WB and Rocksteady, and they got to do what they can to make the game not as poo-hole as it looked to be. Which brings me. Oh, do you have any thoughts about this, Max?
No, you've pretty much summed it up.
Cool.
I'm glad that it was on your list and not mine. Yeah, I thought it was on mine.
Speaking of lists, let's consult.
I swore out loud when I saw the news at work the other morning. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. So let's consult the video games draft of 2023 list. It's been a couple months. We'll have a look at it. So my lists are as follows. Actually, I'll do your list first. So Max's list, yours was number 1, Marvel Spider-Man 2, still yet to come out.
Rumored to come out in November.
September.
Yeah,
Number 2 was Hogwarts Legacy, which did pretty well. Actually, pull up your.
No, we don't check them until the end.
I'm not going to write them down.
All right.
Like they can adjust. We just kind of it gives us a rough idea.
Let's go. Hogwarts Legacy.
PS5, because PS5 isn't even out yet.
84.
Not bad. Diablo 4 was your number 3. No sign of that yet, obviously. No, obviously it's not as coming, and the beta was pretty popular. Dead Space Remake. I got in the late 80s, early 90s from memory.
89.
Hey, look at you doing so well so far.
Killing it.
Final Fantasy 16.
Not
coming. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Still quiet on the Rebirth front. Street Fighter 6 is a while away.
Oh, that's in June.
But there's a showcase coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe soon. Number 8, Dead Island 2, which comes out this week.
This week.
Yeah.
Okay, so my only iffy one is the other Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Rebirth. Yeah. All right. Well, I got
everything else is definitely coming.
I got some iffies. You want to hear them?
It's like, Final Fantasy 16's gone gold. That shit's coming.
Yeah, man. All right. So my first one was Resident Evil 4 remake, which is sitting at a 92, I think, from memory. Around the early 90s?
93.
Oh, even better. Number 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is about 2 weeks away. Looking pretty good, especially off the back of Star Wars Celebration. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a butthole. Instant X. Hollow Knight Silk Song, still quiet. Number 5 is Destiny 2 Lightfall, which I think is probably like a 70-something.
Exactly 70.
Ooh, rough.
No, actually, sorry, that's on Xbox. 69 on PS.
Oh, nice. It's frustrating because I picked that simply because previously the Destiny 2 expansion has been really good for me in the draft.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Forspoken. That was a rough one. Oof.
Ooh, that is a 64. I liked it more than a 64.
Yeah, number 7, AEW Fight Forever, which doesn't out yet. And there was a report out this week. It's like ready to go, but there's a bunch of other legality nonsense, like GCW, a wrestling promotion out of New Jersey. They use the term Fight Forever as one of their show names. So currently there's discussions around whether they could still use it even after the game releases. So it's not like, hey, we have the name, you can't use that name, because Fight Forever is a very common expression within wrestling. But tell
that to Monster Energy, who are suing Nintendo over Monster Hunter.
Which is the wrong people to sue. Sue Capcom, you dickheads. But yeah, apparently it's right around the corner, but not quite. It's a rough one. And number 8, speaking of rough ones, Atomic Heart. It's like 42.
Atomic Heart is great on PC, apparently. Atomic Heart on PS5 is a 70. It's higher on every other platform. But
yeah. Well, at least I've got some consistency in my numbers. But you're looking to be stronger again this year. As Buddy Watson said earlier on in the chat, in the pre-show, when we're talking about our draft lists, we did rely too heavy on AAA games. At least I certainly did. And the one indie game that I put some investment in, like, hey, Atomic Heart looks like visually looks amazing. It should be really cool. I didn't realize there would be a vending machine that would try to fuck you. And the game was just a really, really bad misogynistic fever dream. It was just bad. It's a bad game. Really disappointed about that. Speaking of, it's not a bad game. It's not even really a game. Final quick bit. Dreams will be no more as of the 1st of September 2023. So it was announced this week the Media Molecule will be removing all supports for Dreams, including the MP Awards, everything. The game will still be playable. It will, like, a lot of things will be server migrated. The game will still be available. You can still create and do all the different things. However, it will be dead as of the 1st of September.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that means no PS5 version, no PC version. Now, Max, there's a great video of you and I just trying out a fuck ton of games in Dreams. And we had a blast.
Your son has like 50% of the views.
Yeah, my son really just likes watching that spooky-ish game that we played. Oh, man. What's your thoughts?
It really sucks. Dreams had so much potential, but the other side of it is, has the community fallen off, and is that why this is happening?
So the short end,
because obviously it is a PS4 title, so it's on available on PS5 or something. It wasn't migrated to PC. It's just on PS4. Has the community moved on to do different things? Are they all now creating shit in Fortnite? In Unreal Engine 5?
Well, that's one of the big... There's a couple of things that I think that was the death of Dreams.
Dreams is no longer the only one doing that.
Yeah. So the death...
One would argue that the tools over at Epic with Unreal 5 and the fact that you get a cut just seems like a big deal.
Well, that's your big point right there. So one of the biggest problems that Dreams had was its lack of any export. Like, the game that you could spend... Like right now, if you would spend hundreds of hours building this meticulous game in Media Molecule's Dreams, right? Awesome. Great. Cool. That game simply cannot be exported. It is stuck there. The only way that your game could ever get any form of notoriety or notice would be if you made a video of it and put it on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and it happened to go viral. Other than that, no one's going to play it. And then you can't make a cut because you cannot export it.
And then the other thing is, the people have to own Dreams to play it.
Exactly, because there's free trials for Dreams available right now, but as per their statement, if you don't own the game, your trial will end and you cannot access anything. So that's a problem, and the writing has always been on the wall. For the Dreams wasn't a success. If you think about when the game was... Remember when the game was releasing in early access? And it's like, hey, there's a limited number of early access. Get in while you can. It never reached its limit. Never. Like, I remember hitting up PlayStation. They're like, yeah, man, we got none. We got nothing. Good luck. So we didn't buy it. And then we just got the game when it came out. But it was one of those things where it's just like, this is so fucking weird. Super weird. And outside of Tearaway, which was not real, was made off by like a side studio. I think I heard the number today was that Media Molecule haven't released a game in 12 years. Because because Dreams isn't really a game. Like, Tearaway was part of Media Molecule, but it wasn't the full studio's effort. You know what I'm saying? So right now, they're like, they're going to go work on this next thing. And presumably it's a game. You'd hope so. But a point that was brought up in a podcast I was listening to was, who is still working at Media Molecule that can work on a game? Because anyone that stayed would have been there to build a game making platform. Your level designers, all these things wouldn't be there because they would have gone off to do level design somewhere.
Yeah, so the last thing that they worked on solely
Little Big Planet 2.
No, was Tearaway. Tearaway Unfolded was co-developed by someone else.
Yeah, it's the same. Co-developed, not solely them, because half the rest of the team was working on Dreams.
Tearaway was flat out them. Tearaway Unfolded was co-developed. Little Big Planet 3 developed by Sumo Digital. Little Big Planet Karting was someone else. Big Planet 2 was them. Sackboy's Prehistoric Moves was Supermassive.
Yeah, Big Planet 3 was Sumo.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just...
Well, MGB in the chat does ask, what could be next for them, honestly? Them returning to Little Big Planet or Tearaway or something new? I hope it's something new. Like, Little Big Planet's aesthetic, this whole idea of, hey, making cool levels is great. There was no one else like it at the time. But, look, Media Molecule have an advantage. They are a BAFTA award-winning studio with, what's-her-face? The head of the studio, whose name escapes me right now. Michelle, nope, Fuck, what's her name? No, that's the woman that runs Haven. Oh, fuck. I'm rattling all the parts of my brain and it's not coming to me. Are you Googleizing, Max?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to.
Sweet.
But
But yeah, so like PlayStation or Sony aren't going to shut down Media Molecule anytime soon, even with a limited turnaround effort like this. However, I don't know how well they will really throw them into this. What is it? I don't know. That's for them to decide. But whatever they do decide, it better be something.
No, I mean they're owned by PlayStation Studios now. They'll.
Oh no, they have been for ages, but I'm saying, but like for that reason, plus the BAFTA award-winning Who'sma whatever.
Well, they're apparently hiring at the moment.
You'd hope so because no one there would be able to make a game. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll rip through this as well, Max. These are your release dates. Upcoming games on your PlayStation. You have God of Rock, PS5, PS4, April 18th. Minecraft Legends coming to PS5, PS4 on April 18th. Any word on that? Was it good, bad, the other?
Reviews are up.
Okay, I'll have a look. Other than my
They're
son's
mixed.
Oh,
They say mixed.
my son's super into Minecraft right now, so that'd be fun. The Mage Seeker, a League of Legends story, PS5 and 4, April 18th. Afterlife VR, PS5, April 19th. Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores, PS5, April 19th. Survival, Fountain of Youth, April 19th. A sequel to Survival, Fountains of Wayne. It's a really stupid song reference. Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters coming to PS4, April 19th. Ad Infinitum, PS5, April 20th. Stray Blade, PS5, April 20th. And Dead Island 2 is finally releasing on April 21st. Now, fun fact, Dead Island 2 was a game that we spoke about on episode 2 of the PopCulturists on radio. Because we're back in when we used to do the radio show, we would, break each shop into its segments. I remember talking about E3 of that year. And one of the songs we used in that show was The Bomb by Pigeon John, which was the song in the original Dead Island 2 trailer, which still slaps, by the way. That's how long Dead Island 2 has been in production. It is one of the first things we ever covered as the PopCulturists. Not for the players, as the PopCulturists. 9 years ago?
Well, it was supposed to be a sequel to the 2011 title Dead Island.
Yeah.
It went into development. Oh no, the game was. It was. It was announced in 2014. So rough.
Yeah, and it's gone through two developers. Three developers. Keen to check it out. Just for why not, right? I know it's being handled by PlayOn, because it's part of the Embracer group. As MGB in the chat says, I've spoken to them. Should be coming around real soon, hopefully. I'm keen to check that out. Get some zombie killing in the California. California, you're killing zombies. California.
In LA.
In LA. Oh, that's even better.
I mean, that's the branding they've been using the whole time.
Damn it! Well,
they straight up stole theirs.
Yeah, look, I've been going radio silent on most things. Like Burning Shores, I don't really know nothing on purpose. Same as Jedi Survivor, whatever. But there's a very similar to how PlayStation did with their PlayStation to Plate, as well as the God of War Ragnarok tie-in with Mjolnir. There's a burger joint in Sydney that they're doing a promo thing for Dead Island 2. If that was Sydney. Of course it's fucking Sydney. And look, I already flew to Sydney this month randomly for a one-off event. I ain't doing it again. And that burger joint is probably not as cool as WrestleMania.
Debatable.
Whoa. You know what's not good? Not as good as WrestleMania? This show. That's why we're ending it now.
Also debatable.
Big thank you, everyone, for checking out the show once again. As mentioned, Max is away in a couple of weeks, presumably to moving house. I will try and wrangle a special guest. If not, you may get a solo Betson show. It's been me talking at you.
Oh, you know who you should reach out to?
Who that?
I just remember because they reached out to me earlier this week.
Yeah.
The News to Reviews boys.
Oh, that'd be cool. I haven't had them. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Get Lucky in or something.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. All right, I'll have to poke around. I'll poke around. Rocker! Oh, Rocker's just come in to say hi before she starts her stream. And then it's bad timing. Oh, well. Anyways, yes. Thank you for everyone joining us once again. Hope you have a lovely rest of your week. We appreciate anyone that takes the time to listen to our nonsense. Please go check out our video, a preview coverage of Mortals of Avium. Thanks to Energy Australia. No, thanks to EA Australia. Yeah, it was very, very cool. But Max, you know what you got to do.
All right, everyone. This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 8 a.m. on podcast services, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you'd like to take part in future conversations with us or have any topics you want us to discuss, check out our socials: Facebook, Discord, Instagram, Twitter. All of those links can be found in the description below.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturists, where you can watch us record this show live, where you can jump in the chat and become part of the show. If you want to support the show, you can tell your friends, tell your family about this PlayStation Pod. If you are listening on podcast services, give us a 5-star rating and a written review. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I endeavor to answer every single comment. And if you want to support us financially, you can at patreon.com/thepopculturists, as well as our merchandise store, popculturists.com/shop, where you buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Max Cooper.
And that was for the players.